Hello! How are people? Oh, okay, tough Vendar. You are not having a good day today. Shit. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Um, Hello to Mechanicus and Peloton Chicken Dip, Baden, and one and only Treefrog. Hey, how you doing? And Isan. Hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's click on game and get things going. Should be able to go on automatic. Whoop. Where am I going to be best placed in the builder? Actually, up here is probably not bad. Make myself a tiny bit bigger. There we go. Hey. Welcome. Welcome to 1.5. Welcome to 1.7 of the Dreadnought Improvement Project, which you can download. Should be a link in the video description. Just look on the Nexus. It's easy enough to find. But I have a job to do. The ship pack, which is available for 1.4.1.1 OptX2, doesn't work with 1.5. Some of the shared designs look like they load. You can see them, but it definitely is causing issues with the game basically having a brain fart when it tries to make a ship by itself. So, rebuilding the ship pack, why not? So, if you're here for some, well, couple hours probably of me sitting and doing some design work, welcome. Sit back, relax, get a cup of tea, and let's start with Britain, shall we? So, we've got the Battleship 1 here, which is not a bad ship. It does go up to 15,000, but I think it'll max out at... Oh, it's not telling me. Probably max out... Let's do 12. I think 12 will be big enough. Hey, Zadrias. I actually might put the music on because it just means there's no silence. It'll probably get... I'll probably have to dispute it or something stupid on YouTube. Loves doing that. It's just a pain in the arse. Anyway, but you know, it's fine. Actually, no, the music's annoying me. I keep alternating back and forth. No music. It's going to be a quiet stream. Right, towers. What are we looking at here? 2.5. Think possibly this one, rather than going for the very top end one. Oh, because it doesn't fit. Why doesn't it fit? Top end one fits. That's very strange. Wait! What am I talking about? I'm like, oh, I'll start doing the ship pack. I haven't looked at the new hulls. What a fool. I will do the ship pack, but we should have a look at the new hulls. We shouldn't be doing this. There's new hulls to look at. What a silly sausage I am. Right, let me just pull up the list, which I have saved on my phone. Somewhere. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Steam. Right. There we go. I knew I had a plan for the stream, and I'm like, oh, I'll just... yeah, I'm a little bit tired today, but it's fine. So the first hull on the list is United States. Modern Light Cruiser 2, which is supposed to be a Brooklyn class, apparently. Can be found from 1925 onwards. And is apparently called the Modern Light Cruiser 2. This one. Okay. Interesting. Have a look at it. Hey, Rice. How you doing? Interesting. Little cutouts here. And then a seaplane launch and recovery system on the back. Okay. Let's have a look at the towers. Have the high and the complex. Okay. Oh, they're both interesting. I quite like the complex one. It's kind of funky looking. What about stats? 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. I think I'm going to go with the complex modern tower one. I think it offers decent bang for the buck. Put it about there. Oh, I should also think about size. Size and speed. Let's go for... Yeah, let's go for 12,000 tons. And 30 knots. Perfectly reasonable light cruiser stats. The range found bonus is... it's really interesting what they did. So it still goes super high. You can still see it getting values over 2,000%. But it seems to kind of cap itself depending on how far away the target is. And that's based on the range of your guns. So when I was testing it out, basically if you get into a really close battle, your chance to hit will go up to 100%. But at long ranges, it's more reasonable. It's kind of what you'd expect, somewhere between 10 and 20%. So it's actually really nice. Really nice change. I'm really a big fan of what they did with that. Right. Secondary towers. Okay, that is front tower. Or it looks frontish. Actually, it might not be. It does kind of match this one. They're all the same model in different sizes. And then we have one with a boat deck. Okay. What about stats? 7, 8, 11, 13. It goes up to 18. I actually think this one might be a good bet. It's only 360 tons. Gives us 11 base accuracy and isn't super expensive. So go with that. Actually, one thing, do we get any funnel mounts on these? No. Okay, so if you're building one of these, important to note, you don't get a funnel mount for free. Hello, rifle. Right. We have the turbo dual funnel. Wow, that's enormous. And the turbo angled funnel. All of them are fucking enormous. Some really interesting funnels, though. I kind of want to use that one. It looks ridiculously oversized. Is there one smaller? Yeah, it is. Yeah, let's use the turbo dual funnel 1. There we go. I kind of like that. It's got this funny little stick in the middle. Yeah, very nice. Okay, now guns. We have these new 6-inch gun models for the US. These are Mark IVs. Very nice. Much better than the old ones. I'm not as familiar with US ships, but I'm assuming that they had something like that in terms of armament, the Brooklyns. What did they actually have? Brooklyn class like cruiser, although those weren't built until 1937 technically. So we are building them a little bit early. They had 5 triple guns. That's a lot to fit in. What was the preceding class? Then you're going back to an Omaha, which doesn't really have very much. Well, we're not building a accurate Brooklyn. See, I think the ABX 6-inch triples kind of looks right to me on this hull. Where did they put the turret on the Brooklyn? I could look it up. I guess you could put wings on. No, don't want to do that. And if I could put 3 firing out the front, of course. But if I did that, you wouldn't be able to see out the bridge. So I don't think that's a super realistic design. So we're going immediately off historical. Oh, they were Nelson style? Oh, yeah. You could do that. And then have 2 at the back. Yeah, okay. I could maybe make that work. I don't do ABN very often, but we can try. We won't use that barbette then. We'll use that one. It's a bit smaller. There we go. And then push this one back. We'll grab a barbette. Boom. There you go. Yeah, we'll have a look at all the new hulls, Anassi. But yeah, I've heard that the Chinese one is a little bit interesting. Actually, I've just noticed on my face is in slightly the wrong place. There we go. Hey, Grace and Toby, we are looking at the new hulls. Okay, there we go. We can do that. We can do Nelson on the front. So, what else did they have? This is going to be a bit slower by the looks of it. And we're about the right displacement, though. They had really 8 single 5-inch guns and 4 dual 5-inch. Damn. I mean, in UAD terms, you probably wouldn't bother trying to slap on 5-inch guns, but you can mount them, which is kind of cool. So if you wanted to go realistic, you could. That just looks insane. Yeah, I think if I'm doing a my version, I wouldn't bother with 6s and 5s, because those 5s will be AA guns primarily. And I would want to use secondary guns, and it looks like the 3-inch would be the best bet. Use some 3-inch singles in theory. That's going to interfere with the gun. But yeah, I think in UAD terms, we could have some 3-inch rapid fire single guns as sort of the AA. Hey, Harry. Oh, okay. It was either 8 single 5s or 4 twin 5s. Yeah. Well, it's cool that you can fit those 5-inch guns on those towers, that they made that possible. But in UAD terms, that wouldn't be a good idea. Well, not the worst, but it wouldn't be great. Naval Arms Race adds spotting aircraft. It adds a component that gives you spotting aircraft. It's not related to the hulls or anything, but it would. I'm assuming they carried some torpedoes. They didn't. Huh. Well, it's a light cruiser. You probably want to fit some torpedoes. It's American, so 21-inch standard torps. There you go. A couple of quintuple launchers, which, by the way, Dreadnought Improvement Project, look at those prices. Actually sane and not like, whoop. Okay, pretty happy with that in terms of armament. Let's get the rest of the ship built. We might be able to increase the speed at the end. I'm assuming they were steam driven, but they won't use the turbo electric at this point, will they? No. Gear turbine. You can leave them on a natural boiler, aux diesel. Standard steering gear, grip 3. Not bad. 5. It's American. Let's give it a triple hull. Standard ratio of shells. Base views, cap ballistics, TNT 3, cordite. I know the Americans would have used dunite, but actually, what is our flash fire chance with dunite? It's actually not bad. 3% compared to 1.5. Dunite gives us extra pen and what? Oh right, of course. Extra pen and damage. But this gives us weight reduction, more damage. It's not as much pen. No, TNT 3 is better. Yeah, I think the reason they will not put that in is because, from a game engine point of view, that's a hell of a lot of work to have something that can fly when nothing in the game can fly, apart from shells. But yeah, powered flight would be a big ask to put in. Sonar set, RDF, not bother with depth charge. We'll put in a... Well, actually, I'll do cadets for now, so we can see the kind of bare bones price. Armour. Now, I'm assuming the Brooklands had feck all armour, because why would they have good armour? That's a pretty typical thing. 5-inch. 5-inch is not terrible, actually, for a light cruiser. Right. Armour quality, 150. .149 is fine. Right, let's have a look at the main guns. Actually, do you know what? 5 inches of main belt looks spot on to me. Why not? 5-inch. That should keep out the 6-inch shells. Oh, I'm using 44s. What did the Brooklyn use? They were slightly longer, 47s. There we go. Okay, is it still... Yeah. 5 inches of armor. That should keep out... that should keep out most... That should keep out most of the armor, I would say. Most of the armor. That should keep out the 6-inch shells fired from enemy ships. Right, deck armor, historically, had a pretty cool 2-inch. I'm assuming that's the main deck. 2-inch is going to be more than enough. Right, extended armor. I think 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 would keep out a 3-inch AP shell and keep out a 6-inch HE shell. So 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 on the superstructure. Conning tower, probably they don't specify that. Oh no, they do. That also had 5-inch. Layers. Okay, I'll come back to that. The turret, 6.5. 2-inch on the tops. Let's give them 3. Yeah, and 3.5 on the bobbet. There you go. Wow. The bobbets are not as thick as they should be. They should be 6 inches thick, but I'm running up against a game limit there. Layers. Probably wouldn't have much in the way of layering, but see what we can get away with. Oh yeah, we could go 2.5 to 1.5. And then, what? 1.2, 1, 0.8, just max out the deck layers. Hi, Jammy. Or Jammy Dodger. There are definitely differences in 1.5. It's quite a small update compared to some of the other point updates. But it's definitely worth getting. There's new hulls. They have changed how the range found bonus works, which is now really good. There's a new button to turn off the thing where the ships will be going along and then the lead ship gets damaged and then it turns and tries to go to the back of the line. You can turn that off now. It's on by default, but you can turn it off. Really nice. And there was one more thing that I thought was a really good change, but I forgot what it is. Anyway, it's basically new hulls and some quality of life upgrades, which is what you want. By the way, do not expect to see the same numbers because I am playing with the Dreadnought Improvement Project mod on, which also has some new features for 1.5 coming out. So you can't do that anymore, Baden. You can't. What you used to be able to do was max out all of the layers and then just change the top one to whatever the bottom one was, and then you'd get it being uniform all the way down. But they took that out for some reason. Yes, rangefinders actually work properly now, I would say. They work really well. I think we're kind of done. The only issue, of course, is that we are not going fast enough. This is not the speed of a historical Brooklyn. They could go faster. They could go 32 and a half knots, which we can manage. And would you look at that? Dreadnought Improvement Project mod, fairly realistic build, and we're bang on displacement, speed, and armor capabilities, the lot. Amazing. Love it. Right, we could maybe get a little bit of extra stuff. we could max the bulkheads. That would significantly improve its survivability. Can't make it spacious. Yeah, more fuel is going to be too much. But we can make it a maximum bulkhead ship. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. Well, there you go. First ship to add to the ship pack. The Brooklyn. I like it. Very nice. What do we think, chat? I think that looks spot on. I mean, obviously, compared to the real one, the big difference is we don't have the 5-inch dual purpose. The 5-inch 38s. We've changed the secondary armament to be much more of a surface warfare vessel, and we've put torpedo tubes on so that it can threaten larger ships. But yeah, I think that will do really well in the campaign. I think that's a really, really solid warship. 364 million bare bones is quite expensive, but you're getting a lot. Maybe add a year to the name. Yeah, sure. Brooklyn 1925. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. I'm going to do that for the ship pack. Because, yeah, if you're playing and you see in the pop-up and you're in, like, 1930 and it's building 1925 ships, okay. But if you're sitting in, like, 1970 and it's still building these and they're not refitted, yeah. It now has modding support. No more than it used to. It's just that I'm now writing a mod, so I can. When there's an update, I don't have to wait for someone else. I can just do it myself. And it started out as my own personal mod, but has kind of morphed into I think really really nice. I personally really like it. Of course, I would because I wrote it. Anyway, 364 million is okay. High-end light cruiser price. That's about right. Right, let's put a regular 50 crew on it for if you have it in a custom battle. And save. Lovely. Well, that's one hull. Yeah, this is going to take a while, isn't it? It's going to be more than one stream. Right, the next is the Modern Light Cruiser 3 for the United States. Can be found from 1939. So let's go to 1940. And this is the Modern Light Cruiser 3. This one. Okay. Now this is supposed to be a Cleveland class ship, apparently. Which I will look up. Although I think that was the very next class, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Cleveland's. They were 14,000-ish tons. They could do 32.5 knots. All right. And let's go standard everything for now. And they had 4 6.6-inch guns. I'm assuming ABXY. Yeah. Okay. Why do they have the black decks? I read about this. So, normally you would have teak put on top, right? of the armor. This is the armor plate, or the deck plate, right? So normally you would put teak on top, but I remember reading, or maybe it was a Dreadnought video, that the US in the war, because they were building so many ships, and they were being built so quickly, and they just needed the ships out, they didn't bother putting the teak on. So, yeah, if you can see here on these ones, the ones with the light coloured decks, that there they put the teak on. So those would be peacetime builds, whereas the ones with without that were wartime emergency. Just build the ship. That's why you get these funny looking ones with the black or the dark grey. Okay, towers. We only get the complex modern, although is the one different? Nope, they're all the same. 22 base accuracy versus 25. I'll go with the cheap one, please. Hey, Larry. How you doing? Rear tower. We go from 13 to 18. Again, I'd rather have the cheap light one. And then we're going to need some funnels. Looks like Cleveland's had, what, 2? Let's see if we can find a better picture than that. Yeah, they had 2. Probably get away with 2 funnels. Although, unlike the actual ship, probably going to end up very close together. Yes. Okay. We'll bring the same 6-inch guns. I'm assuming they use the same 47 caliber things. Yep. Something of that nature. Now, again, they use the 5-inch secondaries. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and I'm going to use 3-inch secondaries, but let's use the Mark V triples. So we've got a pretty hefty secondary battery there. Make them 40 cals. And then I'd like a couple of torpedo launchers on the side. Actually go for 2 potentially, but it'll get bigger when I increase the size of the torp. I think, yeah, I could maybe fit 2 quads. It's going to be pushing it, isn't it? There you go. 2 quadruple launchers, 8 torpedoes aside. Again, I don't know if they carry torpedoes, but might as well. Hey, the Grand Duchy of Lavernia. Sorry, Vendar. There we go. This is one of the new hulls. I'm working my way through them. This is the new US Modern Light Cruiser 3, which is supposed to be a Cleveland class. I kind of love that. It looks pretty cool. I love the long nose. The long nose is pretty crazy, but sure. We could definitely make this same ship on a smaller hull. In fact, I think I'm going to. I think we could do this on the minimum size. Let's go 12,000 tons. So that makes it the same displacement, more or less, as the Brooklyn that we just built. I like to have the ship pack having a relatively kind of consistent theme or feel to it. I like the ships to work together. Not that the AI will ever, you know, well, maybe if you went always, it might do that. There we go. Put the torpedoes back on. There we go. That looks a bit more sensible. And by making it smaller, we'll make it cheaper. Yeah, there's new stuff being added. There's a, dare I say, a very excellent new mod available for the game that I wrote, which I am using right now. Highly recommend it. We're American. We might as well have the best stuff. TT4, triple base. Yeah, we'll stick with standard shells. Gen 3 radar. Stick an RDF on as well, because why not? Nice. I think we're ready to start putting armor on. And this time we're going to be at maximum armor. It's saying we have about 4 inches of pen. Please tell me they had a 5-inch belt. They did. Wow, and a 3.25 extended belt. That's unusual. Would it need to be that thick? Surely not. Surely just 1.5 is fine. Deck armor, again, 2-inch. Turrets were the same, 6.5. 3-inch on the roof. 3.5 on the barbette. Not that that's accurate, they would have had 6-inch on the barbette. Conning tower was also 5-inch. And yeah, that's 2.5 to 1.5. Max armored. Layers for the deck, and we're done. Hey Bennett, the black hole is cool. Yeah, we were just chatting about that. It's the deck plating. They didn't bother putting any teak on them. These are more expensive. I will just say that. Well, we could go maximum bulkheads. We could increase operational range to maximum and spacious. Everything but the kitchen sink. So this would be the Cleveland 1940 MDY. I like it. It's quite expensive. $500 million each. These are very capable light cruisers, but you know they've got a good mixture of firepower. They have enough armor to bounce their own guns. They've got some torpedoes there for, you know, close-in attack. Only give them the 21-inch standards, but yeah. There should be a link to the mod in the description, actually. Unless there isn't. But literally click on any other video I've done in the last, like, No, well, any video I've done this year, you'll have the mod link, or you can just search it on the Nexus. It's not hard to find. Just go Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Nexus mods, and it's the first one on there. Yeah. Right, we'll pop a crew on for custom battles. MDY Munro Design Yards. It's just so that you know that if it pops up in your game, it was built by me. Yeah. Save. Love it. Okay, what is next? It's the Americans again. 1935 this time is when it first becomes available, and it is the Modern Heavy Cruiser 2, which is the Brooklyn hull, but supersized and made a heavy cruiser. Now, this one is supposed to be a Wichita class. We'll have a look at that. Actually, mod... no, I don't think so. I think one of the things they regret is the little video that's still on Steam. Where you could, like, replace bits. Yeah. So, the Wichita, what does she have? She was about 13,000 tons. Well, that's spot on. She could do 33 knots. Medium, medium, medium. 9 8-inch guns. 8-inch 55s. Damn. That's pretty punchy. Hey, W. How you doing? We got these complex towers again. Again, I'm going to go with cheap and cheerful. Funnels. She had 2. And then, once again, I think I'm going to go for the cheap tower. Hey, Richard. Okay. Then 9-inch guns. Again, this is a Mark V turret, the new model. Much better than the old kind of generic-y ones. Yes, 1.5 is out on the beta branch, so it won't overwrite your existing game for another probably a couple of weeks. So if you have a campaign ongoing, I suggest that you wrap it up. Have a look at the barbette. Looks like a round barbette to me. Given the size, is that a new barbette? I remember seeing that one before. Quite like that. I mean, I could use the medium. It's very big, though. I wish there was one like that, just not quite that big. Oh, I could use that one, but it's too thin. So I'm going to have to use a square one, basically. No, it doesn't like that one. Will it go on the fishing boat one? Yes. Why do campaigns get wiped every time it updates? Well, actually, with the beta anyway, you have to wipe them yourself. But the reason is the auto builder basically doesn't work if they add another hull to the game. So if they add new hulls, it kind of breaks everything. And it causes a lot of issues with the auto builder. And if you have an existing save, then it doesn't really like it, etc., etc., etc. So it's it is annoying, but it's just because of the way the game functions. You could load your old save, but it's probably gonna break. And I think they'd rather that people weren't saying, "Hey, my thing, it's broken." No, it's not very released gamey, but I'm kind of used to it at this point. They also had a bunch of 5-inch guns and a bunch of 40mm and 20mm. Well, we could try and get some 5-inch guns in. Show off the fact that this on a heavy cruiser, that makes a lot more sense. That's 6. There's 8 total. Okay, so we're going a little bit. Oops. We're going a little bit overboard with this. And then a bunch of 40mm. Even though, yeah, Mark 3-inch would make a lot more sense because you get the Mark 5. It's going to be a very... It's going to be a very strange thing if we have the mixture. I'm not sure I like the 5-inch guns. It is kind of fun, but I think they just look wrong. So I'm going to go with 3-inch. Sorry, 5-inch fans. Yes, new hulls, Esoteric Fish, you're quite correct. Maybe a couple of torpedo launchers. Just so that they have that option. Yeah, maybe a quad launcher rather than a quintuple. That's still hanging off the side. What about a triple? Yeah, a triple launcher. It's clipping a bit, just a bit. Again, I'm not trying to make the most overpowered ship I can. I'm trying to make ships that if they turn up in your campaign, you go, oh, okay, that's solid. Why do I never go quad secondaries? It's mostly aesthetics. Because I think the this type of quad is very, very French. So you'll see me using it in the French campaign. It looks wrong. I do use them sometimes. Like if I can only mount one secondary gun. But I much prefer the Russian quads. Those look great on pretty much any hull. I wish they'd use those as the generic model instead of these ones, but yeah. Right, oil. Get turbine. Box diesel. Modern 1. Now, unlike a light cruiser, I'm probably going to have to make some compromises down the line here. Gen 2 radar, coincidence, and we won't bother with the RDF. Oh, it is American. Okay. Cool. Well, both is... Okay, well, fair enough. I just don't... I'm not using the 2-inch. I probably should use the 2-inch for historical accuracy, but for game reasons, the Mark V makes a lot more sense. Yep, that's why I'm building the ship, so you don't have to use the auto builder if you don't want to. Wraparound map, no. I really wish they would, though. That would make me very pleased. Right. Let's have a look at what armour she actually carried. 6.4 inch on the belt. We're at 190. Quality. Yeah, that makes me nervous. That means that anything within 10,000 meters of us is gonna pen us, which I really don't like. I think 8 would make me a lot happier. To keep out HE, we'll probably need 2-inch. Deck armor, probably 4. And to keep out HE, probably just a 1.5 inch is fine. 10 inches on the tower. 9-inch guns, 10-inch armor, 5 on the top, 10 layers. How thick can we go? Go up to a 2-inch third belt. That's pretty chunky. Let's just go for a 1.5. And same here. Okay, we're 4% overweight. We are spending... that tower is pretty heavy. Right, let's go down to a double bottom hull. It saves us 1%. You should not see them doing that, trollol. They should only look to refit ships 9 years after they've been built. But once they get to that, they're like, oh, I'll do 2 different refits, or 6 different refits. No, Esoteric Fish. I've been trying to fix the total shipbuilding cap. Or find a way for the player to influence it for a while. What else could we lose? We've got a lot of range here. We could drop it a pip. Already using the lowest. Need to drop 100 tons. I mean, we could lower the turret armor. To 9. Yeah, now we're within 62 tons. Well, I mean, the Wichita itself, which, bear in mind, was not built until... when was she laid down? No, she was laid down in 1935. And she was commissioned in 1939. So they did have access to... Oh, wait, I am using 9-inch guns. I was like, of course you use 9-inch guns. It should be 8-inch 55s. That's where I'm going wrong. That's why we're overweight. I should be using 8-inch triples. Can't believe chat didn't pick me up on that. There we go. Weight problems solved. 8-inch 55s. We can go 10, 5, 10. We can get the range back. Boom. Done. We could go many? No. Extra range? Yes. Cool. Hey, Wonka. There you go. That's maybe not what you meant when you commented that, but that was the problem with the ship. I was wondering why it wasn't working. I do like it when you can build a vaguely historical-esque ship and it comes out about right in terms of the weights. Price, 500 million, 500,000. That's not bad for a medium heavy cruiser, mid 1930s. That feels about right to me. Again, good looking ship. Another good hull, I would say. I think you could do a lot of different things with this hull. Right, let's put a crew on it and save the design. Right, what is next? Darth Vendar, if you're still in the chat, you're going to be happy with this, because we are off to Austria-Hungary next. 1925. And this is the new Advanced Compact Cruiser. Advanced Compact Cruiser. Ooh. And this is not Austrian at all. This is actually Dutch. This is the De Ruyter. 1925. Not very Austrian. No, it's not. It's not at all. Now, the De Ruyter I do not know very much about. Probably because it was never built. At least I don't think it was built. Oh, it was built. I'm talking shite. Oh, she was sunk in the Java Sea. Okay, cool. Now then. Let's go for around 8,000 tons. It's a little bit bigger than the historical one. This is the grand flagship of the Dutch. I was thinking of their... This is the light cruiser. I was thinking of their... It wasn't a heavy cruiser concept, was it? Or a battle cruiser concept? But there was one... They had a really cool, like... heavy cruiser-ish concept that never got built. That's the one I had in my head. Well, the inspirations for picking the names of my ships right now are the ship that it's supposed to be, according to the patch notes. Hey, Larry, I'm really glad you discovered the game through the channel. That's amazing. Okay, they were supposed to do 32 knots. Okay, it's pushing it a little, but we can try. Wow, that's 7 150mm guns. So it's choice 7. Used single turrets. Okay, straight off the bat, that armament is going out the window. No chance. Right, let's have a look at the towers. So we basically have 2. We have this one that doesn't fit. And we have this one that does fit. I'm assuming this one fits, yeah. You'd have to widen the beam to get the 3. 21 versus 20. 24 versus 18. Again, I'm going to go cheap tower. Yeah, what's your idea, Sarah? I have actually started my next campaign, So if I don't do it in the next campaign, I apologise. But I will consider it for sure. And then we have 2 rear towers. This one, that's kind of nice. I like the little stack of lifeboats. That's quite cool. And then a big one. The big one does offer you a little bit more. It's quite a lot heavier though. And this one is garbage. Yeah, I think this one. It's big. It's a big thing. Funnels. It does look a bit like they took a funnel and turned it into a tower. Yeah, you're right. How many funnels did the Daruta have? 1, by the looks of it. Oh, look at these. They've got little popped collars. Oh, I want the one with the crane. I don't care how enormous it is. Give me the cool funnel. Look at that. Stylish. Yes, you must reinstall the mod every time the game updates. If you're on the beta version, they do not number the updates to the beta, so just keep an eye out. Check the news on the main menu to check that the mod's installed. Design 1047. That is indeed exactly the ship I was thinking of. Thank you. The ideal funnel. Look at all that cool stuff on it. That's a really cool model. Right. Armament. I think... Ooh, these are the new Austrian guns. Mark IV. That looks kind of cool. Oh, that's quite big. Might use the flat square one. The little life raft on it fits the theme. And rather than this 7-gun nonsense, I'm going to have a far more sensible 8. Quite 7. This is the Daruta if the Dutch were Austrian and also didn't have pacifists and money problems. There, that looks perfectly sensible. The end date for the game is currently 1965. The tech tree ends around the mid-40s, though. Yes. The 1047 with the 11-inch guns. Yes. Is 7 a lucky number in Dutch culture? Secondary. Ooh, those 3-inch guns are certainly something. So we would be going 2-inch. I guess. Yeah, there we go. Dutch are going to get torps. I could put them on the quarterdeck. Because I don't think there's a particularly good place to put them up by the superstructure. Grab this. And then you can have torpedoes on the back. Happy? Yes, Jake. If you go on the Nexus, there are now 2 files on the Nexus. One is for 1.4.1.1 Optics 2. That's version 1.6.1 of the mod, and then there's a 0.7.0 B2 is the current version of the mod for the beta. And if you keep an eye on it, it'll go B3, B4, B5 as they, if I need to update it. Sometimes you don't. Like if it still works, I'll just leave it until it goes live. Hey Baron, I'll take it. So far, I think it's great. Really, really good update. Yeah, torpedoes. Well, you're Dutch. What kind of torpedoes do you want? You can get up to 24-inch if you want, in terms of size. And then standard, fast, or electric. Don't mind. The standard kind of American-British torpedo would be this one, the standard 21-inch. Right, spill out the rest of the ship. Oil. Aux 2. The usual suspects. Steam. It said it was built on a budget. Oh, it doesn't have enough engine efficiency. Balanced boilers then. Group 3. Launcher per side. Yeah, probably, but centerline is more fun. The fold does look awesome. Look at that. Standard. All the good toys. And then we just need to armor it. So we're at 150. Uh, 3.7-inch pen total. We can't do long lances because we don't have oxygen. Torps. 5-inch. 5 inches of armor should be fine. What did it actually have? 2-inch. That is pathetic. No. I'm sorry, but no. Let's go 2-inch on the main deck. This is very similar to the US cruiser that we built. Layers. Let's just go 6.3.3. So what I normally put on a 6-inch gun. They're 32s currently. What did she have? Doesn't tell me. Let's make them 35s. So you could go with a standard 21-inch standard torp, or you could go for big boy torps. We do just about have the weight remaining to do that, I think. Yep. Vendar, I'm on Austro-Hungary now. Well, technically I'm on the Netherlands right now, but it's got an Austrian flag on it. Here you go. New Austrian 6-inch gun mounts, Mark IVs. I think they look pretty darn good. Right, let's space these torpedoes a little bit. So this thing has a pretty hefty torpedo attack. Big boy torps. Okay. I don't think we could fit many bulkheads. Extra range. Spaciousness? Nope. Here you go. The Deruta 1925, my version. Which I think is a little bit better than the original version because it has a sensible number of guns and doesn't have paper-thin armour. Yeah, reloading is not really a thing in real life, but it's so common in Ultimate Admiral. I don't mind having the single reload. I tend not to go for the bigger one. It tends. You can stuff a lot on it, but again, with the stuff for the ship pack, I'm trying as best I can to have quite nicely balanced ships, so that if you see them in your campaign, you go, "Oh wow, that's a nice looking, nicely balanced ship." Unless the hull lends itself to something weird and extreme. Single salvo, I can show you. So we're currently at 7933. We'll go down to 7873. So it does save quite a bit. If you think you're only ever going to get one shot off, go with reduced. Like a torpedo boat or a destroyer or something like that. In real life, this would be an arse. Reloading torpedo tubes was a pain, and they almost never did it in battle. It was something really only the Japanese kind of did. So yeah. Yes, there is a new battlecruiser for the 1920s, the G3, which is unfortunately right at the bottom of the list. So we'll get to it though. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased with this. 224 million. 1925. It's not cheap, but it's not stupidly expensive. Let's put a crew on. Just a regular crew. And save the design. And of course it's changed it to a 49 for some reason. Right, more Austro-Hungarian stuff. What's next? 1926 onwards, so let's go to 1930, and this is the Advanced Armoured Cruiser. Good grief! It's a fat Brooklyn. God damn, that is very fat. It's the Bronx. Hey. Okay, that looks ridiculous. It's quite funny though. Obviously, being Austrian, it's not based on anything. This is a speculative hull of a wide and robust construction. That is certainly true. It is certainly robust. Yeah, I'm just stealing that. Because I'm pretty sure that's the same word in German. Yeah. Let's see if we can make it normal looking. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Right. Draft. Let's go. Yeah, -10. Beam -10. Oh. -5. I don't like going super extreme on it, but that looks a little better. Especially if we can make it longer. So, no. There. That looks a little bit more reasonable. It's still a chunky, chunky boy. Right, what towers do you get on this? Ooh, okay. We have this one. This is the Deruta one that we just saw. We have this one, which is the other Deruta tower. We have this one, which is a supersized version. And then we have this one, which is coming from somewhere else. It looks like a Queen Anne's mansion to me. Looks like a British tower. Okay, 18 base accuracy. 19, 20, 21, 24. That goes down to 21, so I don't want to use those. 26. In terms of weight, 21. I think this one. I'm going to go with this one. What are the tubes? This would be a seaplane launch rail with a crane to recover them. Hey, Rory. Sorry, Roy. Hello. Yeah, it's these things. They'll look like tubes when I'm zoomed out, but yeah, it's a rail. Okay, well, this is a purely speculative. Now, again, I think I'll go for this one. Did we get pop collar funnel? Oh, look at that! Get the protected combat funnel. Let's go for the protected combat funnel. Get 2 of them. It's an awesome name as well. Look at that. That is just... oh. That spaced plate on the funnel just looks ridiculously cool. More rear towers. Okay, so this is going to be a heavy cruiser. It looks like it's going to favour an AVX. I assume that is a barbette of some sort. It is. Although an 8-inch gun won't fire forward on it. Okay, I'm going to change the tower in that case. Screw it. We're going to go with a big tower to balance the ship out a bit. Although it's going to look stupid next to the guns, isn't it? Yeah, no, not that one. It's too huge. Then we're back to the mini advanced. Let's go with... It's only 500 tons. Let's go with this one. Wow, no. Let's go with this one. There we go. You would just want to super chunky? You can go super chunky if you want. Right, guns. We have Mark 4s, Mark 4s, Mark 4s, Mark 4s, Mark 4s, Mark 4s. Heavy cruiser, 930, 8-inch. Okay, there's a quad, by the way, which is interesting. It's a brand new quad model. It looks stupid on one of those. Oh, it looks okay, actually. There's someone knocking on my door. Excuse me. A chair can take over the stream. Hydrate the chair. Right. Yeah, we could, actually. I mean, it is 16,000 tons. Maybe we could go bigger. Maybe we could go really big. 11. Wow, okay, even 11-inch guns look silly on this hull. They are giant. Tens. Nines. Nines look okay. Reserve the right to go back. Except now the barbettes don't look right. No, I was happy with 8s. I won't be bullied, damn it. Was it even that one? No, I think it was this one. I mean, it is a 1930 design. It would be unusual to go for something bigger than an 8-inch gun. And I think yeah, it doesn't. It's very wide. But if it wasn't as wide, it would look pretty good. You like the 11s? I thought they looked huge compared to everything else. What's the ideal speed of this thing? 27.5. Should be able to go 30 because we reduced beam and draft and stuff. Hail chair. Okay, there's definitely room for a chunky secondary battery here. What are you using? 8s? 4s would be a interesting choice. Okay, the central one looks a bit rubbish, but there you go. Quad 4-inch. Why not? Does it support side barbettes? No. Yeah, quad 4-inch is kind of fun. Although we have 3-inch Mark 5s, so yeah, and they fit. There you go. 3-inch done, and then yeah, you can put pop guns on the rear tower here if you want. Yeah, it's looking okay. Torpedoes. Yeah, could probably fit a couple here. Although the distance from the side of the ship and the drop. Still, I think we have something pretty decent here. Five. Oh, hang on. We could maybe go tube powder. It is Austro-Hungarian. Let's go tube powder. Mind you, the Ruta that we built was cordite, wasn't it? I'll stick with cordite. Gives you more realistic ships anyway. You could instead go tube powder super heavy. Darth Vendar, if you're still there. Cordite standard or tube powder super heavies? We can start looking at armor. Tube powder. You got it. Be a slight inconsistency then the Dutch ship is using cordite, but it's just the way it works. 8-inch 40s and 3-inch, whatever those big as I can get. There you go. 30s. There we go. No, they don't. You lie. You lie. Anyway, tube powder. Right. About an 8-inch belt should be enough. HE. Honestly, HE pen is not amazing. 1.5 should be plenty. Deck armor. Wow, it's saying really not very much. But I don't trust it. Yep, green avocado, you're right. New turret models. Let's go for a 2-inch in a belt. .5 in a deck. Come on, guys. You telling me that these have no front armor, they only have a roof? Don't be silly. Can I get away with it if I... Yeah, there you go. Sometimes if you up the caliber, you can put armor on them. There you go. Oh yeah, this would be a big old bully. Absolutely. Hey, Rupert. I don't care if it's a bug, because to me the bug is that I can't put armor on it to start with. Which doesn't make any sense if you look at the model, that it doesn't have an armoured front or side. Yeah, crew exercise. Yeah, definitely. I think it's looking okay now. We've got 5% remaining. Given this Austro-Hungarian, we'd probably go for maximum bulkheads. Yeah. Maximum bulkheads. There we go. The robust. I like it. Again, good hull. It isn't a bug. It's a useful glitch. True. Yeah, I like it. Decent, if somewhat on the large side. Medium heavy cruiser. Right. Price-wise, $433. It is a bit expensive, but it's not outrageous. Right, what's next? Uh, 1929, so we're in the right year already. Advanced small battleship. What? It's the same bloody hull. Of course it is. Hey, do you want the same, but in a battleship hull? Of course you do. Two turrets of 11-inch. You could maybe do that. You could maybe go AX11. I just prefer 8-inch because you get that nice high rate of fire. Really helpful for just obliterating your way through. Wow, this is slow as anything. Fuck me. I mean, it is the same speed as the other Austrian modernized dreadnoughts, but... Damn, that is slow. So I think this thing is going on a diet. Yeah, minus 15. Minus... yeah, minus 5. Diets for you. Because 23 in 1930? No, but we should be able to push it to 28 without too many problems. Which should be a little bit better. Oh, we got the same tower choices. What gun does that fit? Is it still not fitting anything decent? No. Don't use that one. I mean, again, we could use the kind of British hull. It's so big. Even on this hull, that's enormous. Let's go with this one. It's still pretty big, this tower, but it kind of fits with the other ships we've been doing. Oh, it does get the pop color, the popped funnels. Amazing. So you go 2 of those. Yeah, 2 of those. I'm assuming it's the same rear towers? No. These are Japanese, I think. Or Italian? Not sure. They're all nice looking though. 9. They've got pretty garbage stats though. Jesus. Might as well go for the... that's too big. Gonna go for this one. Hey Aaron, so there's new hulls which I'm looking at. They've changed how aiming works, which is a really good change in my opinion. And they also actually just go 35. Oh, it doesn't go to 35, 34. Do a big version of this, because then I can use that crane tower. I'm not too worried about the size. Yeah, so changed the way aiming works, and they have changed. There's a new button. Nope. Towers are skinny. I mean, you can reduce beam more if you want. What are these hulls? Right, guns. It is a battleship. We are at 33,000 tons. Mark 4, Mark 4, Mark 4, Mark 4, Mark 3. Mark 3, Mark 3. So we could either go with 15s Or 12s. I think 15s make the most sense. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, though. We might have to downgrade later. Okie dokie. And then secondaries, Mark 4, Mark 5. Yeah, the 3-inch gun makes the most sense to me. Could reuse those quad triples that we were using. Why does that one go backwards? Those get in the way. Why is this went backwards? Make it make sense. Fine. 4 of them. Ah, that should work, right? Wait, starboard weight offset. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. Right. Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried about, going overweight straight away. Just check the flash fire chart. Whoa, that's way too high. Standard shells for you. I could increase the beam. Let's go back to the -5. Well, I can fit that one in. But this one, I'd have to go with a smaller tower. This one's the 6. Let's try the 5. Here you go. It's the way to do it. We are massively overweight. Like, stupidly overweight. So, okay, armor. Right, 15-inch guns against 170. What could you do with your tube powder? Fucking loads of pen. Fuck me. Shit. That's going to be very difficult to armor against. But I think a 16-inch belt, that protects us at about 13,000 meters, which is pretty close, given that we have radar. HE will need to be about 4. Deck pen 3.6, so yeah, 5-inch deck should be okay. Oh, that would be some serious inner layering. I think 3 will be enough. Don't have that much displacement to spend. Whoa, okay. 18-inch on the turret. Allow me to put armor on, please. Thank you. Yeah, I think it is too much. It is 2 chonkers. And it is, yeah, turrets that are causing the chonking problems. So, option. Well, they are 43 calibers as well, but I didn't adjust the caliber on the guns. But I don't think a 15 is going to work. I think we're going to need something a bit smaller. Oh, they've changed this turret type. They're only Mark... Oh, yeah, they're both Mark 3s, though. Could go 13s. I don't really want to go all the way down to 12s. What about 14s? What are we talking for 14-inch guns? We're still at 111% displacement. We could probably reduce the armor a bit, though. Or we could just keep it for the increased protection. I mean, we are a lot closer at 8%. 9%. I think going less than that is pushing it a little. Could use 13s. Could use 13s. Cursed Scharnhorst. Austro-Hungary is a bit more unique now. Quad AX, yeah, maybe later, but right now the quads are still a bit. Yeah. 13s, 13.5, you reckon? I reckon we're going to be struggling with the 13s, personally. Yeah, that's what I thought. Even with a 1345, we're 5% overweight. But we have changed the guns, so it is reasonable to shave down the armor a bit. Let's go with a 14-inch main belt. Main deck could be as low as 4-inch. And then the turrets can shave down to a 16, 6, 16. Yeah, now we're a lot closer. I do not like this hull at all. What is stopping me from using sap shells? Nothing. You mean these? I mean, the only problem with sap shells is that your pen will go down the toilet. So currently we're able to go through a 12-inch belt at 10,000 meters. If we go to a sap shell, we are not going through a 12-inch belt ever. Which kind of makes your battleship pointless. That's still a little rich for my blood. What about a heavy shell? 3.2. Okay. That's possibly a risk that's worth it. But again, we need to lose 2% weight. Drop a range. Holy hell, these cost nearly $1 billion. That is very expensive for what they are. Not sure this is the best design ever. Anyone want to suggest a name? Brick. It's not that bricky. Engine. Let's look at costs. Hull. Engines, yep. Yeah, engines. It's because I was trying to push it to 28 knots. If we had it going at slug speed, it would be more reasonable design. 16-inch belt. Well, we don't have a 16-inch belt anymore. It's 14. Belt armor is way down here on the list. It's not the belt armor. It's mostly going into the hull, like the actual bulk of the ship. French campaign. Well, first episode will come out tomorrow. The Beluga. That is extremely appropriate. Let's put a crew on it. And save it. Yeah. If I wasn't doing this to show off the new hulls, I probably wouldn't even include that. I would be using the modern battleship. Right. We have another battleship in this era. The modernized Dreadnought 1. Is that really a new hull? I mean, it's got some interesting tower choices for it. Do you mind if I skip this one? Because this hull is not new. This has been used hundreds of times, and I've literally just done an Austro-Hungarian battleship. So I'm going to skip that one. Let's go to Italy instead. Italy, this is a 1940 ship. Wow. Supposed to be like a condottiere class, apparently. And it is the Advanced Fast Cruiser. Okay. Oops. Really? The condottiere class? I mean, it could be. I guess. Condottières. Oh, that's the class where every single one was different. And had no commonality whatsoever. They're supposed to go 37 knots. And they had 8 6-inch guns. Okay. All right. It is very long. Long and thin. Okay. Might as well use the biggest tower so it doesn't look comically stupid. It's unreasonably long. I might shorten it. Oh, these are new. Interesting. Oh, they're better than the lozenge turrets. What does the quad look like? I kind of like that. Sure. Funnels. Ooh. Check this out. Funky. Does that fit a gun? It does! Amazing. The boring generic towers. You can get one with a barbette on it. Wait. But it doesn't fit a 6-inch gun? Only fits a 5. Sad. Oh, Jesus. A lot of deck space. See, this is why I'm thinking making it shorter. It's just, I don't need this bit on the back. Oil. Gear turbines. Exactly 100%. Damn. It's a light cruiser. I'm expecting to just throw whatever I want on it. Yeah, torps. Yeah, exactly. Well, probably not an upsized launcher, but you can fit one there. Probably triple 21-inch standard. Looks okay there. And you could fit another one there, because the gun will fire over the top. And then, yeah, you could put turrets on the back, but you could also just make it smaller. You could make it. You could take 1,000 tons off, shorten the ship. Say that 3 times fast. What? Oh, damn it. It'll still have a long behind, but it won't be quite as ridiculous. Refits can remove floors. It doesn't re-roll it, but when you put it through, it can remove them. Reverse McGummy. No, I like this. You've got a cute little Q turret, which you do not expect. 15 6-inch guns. It's a lot of firepower. Excuse me, I had hiccups. Yeah, I was wondering if we had some 2-inch gun mounts. Oh, it wants duals. Sure. Nobody expects the Italian Q turret. Ha ha ha. Right, armor would be good. Go super heavy. We could go super heavy. Really big shells. Even so, they're only going through about 4 inches of armor, so 5-inch should be fine. It's not going to be like super well armoured or anything. But I think we'll come out at about the right kind of level. Probably a 2-inch deck. 45s, 35s. Fine, 2% over. Let's drop her to a double bottom hull. Let's go back to... No, actually that doesn't say very much. I could just add a couple of 100 tons. If I was being lazy. Did that change the length? No. Imagining it. There you go. 450 million is a little expensive. Yeah, you could put the 2-tier part, but you could do way cooler things with this. But again, this is not about building the ultimate ship for every hull. This is about, hey, you're playing the game and the AI picks this hull and it picks this design, and you see it in battle and you don't think, what the F is that? Yeah, loading a new campaign takes a while. Go make a cup of tea. That's a good-looking ship. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's not bad. Not bad, I would say. Very nice. Okay, we'll put a crew on her. Save the ship, and look at the next one, which is... Italian small modernized dreadnought, 1930. Supposed to be a Giulio Caesar class. Let's have a look. Small modernized dreadnought. That is the normal dreadnought hull. But it comes with these towers. What kind of gun do they fit? What is this? 1930. This thing gets up to... Oh, it's tiny. This thing would probably only have like 12-inch guns. Which don't even fit. Oh, the quads do. Okay, cool. We're going off the deep end. I don't have any plans to do any custom stuff at the moment, no. Okay, I want one without the... Yeah. How fast do these go? I know it's a modernized dreadnought, but Jesus Christ, 24 knots. Why so slow? Why? I'll get the rear tower that looks ridiculous, but isn't enormous. This is a long... I mean, actually, that would kind of work if it would fit. Then you have the one with the barbette, if you were going secondaries. I mean, this one does look quite good in here. Screw it, let's put it in. I'll make it work. Yeah, it's 3-inch guns. Return of the 3-inch gun. Oh, hello. Oh, the Julio Cesars had 12.6-inch guns, did they? Thank you. Should look them up, shouldn't I? Who knows what I'm doing here? I don't have an info sheet for them. I'll just leave them with stock 12s. It's easier for the game if they have the stock. Stock caliber. The weight limit. Yes. You can mod it so that you can have ludicrously big ships. It's a bit of a faff, but yes, you can do it so that. Well, you can't really remove the weight limit, but what you can do is you can make the sliders go. But you have to do it on a per hull basis, so you could basically. You would have to make a new generic hull that had like a stupid slider on it. Okay. Oil. It's going to get heavy now. Okay, armor. 12-inch belt would be enough, I think. With like a 3-inch 4-aft belt. Yeah, 6-inch deck. 1.5. Very standard. Going to maybe be a bit thicker on the layers. Something like that. Alright, good night. Thanks for dropping by. You can't mod in a new model, as far as I know. You can take the existing models and change the text files around them so that you can have a new hull. But actually making a new model, no, we're not able to do that currently. Okay, do you know what? People are saying 12.6. Let's go 12.6. There you go. We've got the weight for it. Anything else? No. Nope. It'll just be this. Which it could be an interesting ship. It's not very big. So, yeah, I could see a use for this as it's not really a cruiser killer because it's not fast enough. But it is very much what you would... If you had an old Dreadnought lying around and you rebuilt it like this, it could be useful basically as a convoy escort ship. This would be fantastic because the speed doesn't matter so much then. And if it encounters a heavy cruiser or anything smaller than that, it's going to kill it. So, yeah, I could see this type of ship being useful. It's a pretty niche vessel. But, sure, it's got 12 12-inch guns. It's nothing to sniff at. $500 million. Yeah, I mean, it's probably about half the cost of a modern battleship, but that seems fair. Right. What else have we got? Italian Hybrid Destroyer 2. I'm already worried. Hybrid Destroyer 2. What are we looking at? It's just a giant destroyer. I'm not a big fan of these enormous 5,000 plus ton destroyers. I mean, you could probably make something decent with this. Really? I mean, these are all the... Wow, okay, those actually kind of get in the way a bit, don't they? Yeah, build something like this. You can make towns. Yeah, I haven't gotten on to the British cruisers yet. Looking forward to that. Yeah, you can build a destroyer on this. They're just big, fat, and heavy. You could do this on about half the displacement easily enough. You're not really getting much for these 5,000 ton destroyers. They're just fat. So I'm not going to do the full build on this, but yeah, it looks decent enough. Right, Spain is next. Spain, 1925. You get the Advanced Compact Cruiser, apparently. Oh, that's the De Ritter. Okay, so Spain gets the De Ritter as well. And they also get something called the Advanced Small Cruiser, which is also the De Ritter. So, do you want a full-size De Ritter or a cut-price small one? Okay, well, we've kind of seen that. Spanish and Chinese Large Cruiser 1. Large Cruiser 1. Oh, that's the De Ritter but fat, which we have also seen already for the Austro-Hungarians. Although, you get a slightly different tower choice here. What's it like for China? The same. Okay. Again, not super interesting. Spanish and Chinese hybrid destroyer, which will be the same thing again, I imagine. Oh no, it has different towers. So you can build one with the Brooklyn towers if you want, and the tribal gun shield mounts. All right. Okay, China. Large torpedo warship. What the hell? This is one of the Japanese cruisers. Wide. Look at this thing. Oh, we got to do something on this. It got to do something on this, even if it is immediately making it even fatter. Yes, good. The widest ship there ever was. Who said you couldn't have carriers in the game? That is ludicrous. Oops. Obviously, we're going to start with the torpedoes. Oh no, this is just too stupid. Right, if you really hit it, can you make it more sensible? Nope, it's still stupidly wide. You're building a 35,000-ton battleship in 1940. Oh, it's a backwards main tower ship. Don't know whether it's coming or going. Cool. And the Mega Funnel 11. At least the funnels are the right size. It's the SS Climate Change. Obviously we've got to have 24-inch increased oxygen torps. Thanks, I hate it. It's not enough torpedo. Yeah, agreed. More torpedo. We'll deal with that in a minute. Guns? It can only fit 13-inch guns. Amazing. Right. Ooh. How'd you like torpedoes? Aww. No barbette mounts. Sadness. I mean, it already looks stupid. Stupid enough already. I'm slightly concerned by the weight, if I'm honest. This thing's already slow as mud. It doesn't have to be 30 knots. Probably carrying too much armor. Yeah, it's carrying loads of armor. 12-inch belt should be fine. Can really pare down the armor on this thing. Yeah, go for an 8-inch deck. Still a worryingly high amount of weight remains. Right, the point of this is not so much guns, is it? What is so heavy? The hull. And, to be fair, the torpedo tubes. And the fact that I have like a bazillion funnels. Go even smaller on the guns, potentially. Needs coal. We could go less stupid with the funnels. These are stupidly heavy and stupidly big. And also totally unnecessary. Wow, we're hitting the full 300% just with 2 of them. Yeah, I was wasting a lot of displacement on pointless funnels. But the ship is wasting a lot of pointless space. Can I really not fit a barbette up here? Oh, I can! Ha 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 ha. Screw you, game. Right. Standard. Screw you telling me what to do. That shortens the citadel quite a lot. Ah, yes. Much better. It does look particularly stupid now. I love the fact that this and this bit of the ship are completely pointless. Most of the weight is actually in the torpedo tubes. Party decks. Yes. Because really I want to add more torpedoes. More. We have 5,500 tons of torpedo launcher on this ship. Because you could go crazy. Look, you could be like, what's that? Oh, more torpedoes? How do you want more? Again, if I was playing a custom battle, I'd do something like that. But this is for the ship pack. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? We've got increased ammo. Yeah, no. I think I don't want to give people a heart attack. I actually want more gun. Because I think that's equally funny. Oops. So this is me actually designing a ship for the ship pack now, not just memeing. That is a meme hull. Beyond belief memeing. Right, let's get rid of these ones. Because I want some secondaries up here. 6-inch guns or something like that. What? Are you kidding me? It'll let me put barbettes in, but only there? Wow, that looks dumb. Boo hiss. Everyone's sad. So this is 98%. Let me just... move these back. Sorry, this is going to take a while. There's going to be a lot of backwards and forwards. Yeah, that is lighter. Significantly lighter because I've made the citadel smaller. Only doing this for... just because I think if I can space these components out, it won't look quite as weird. You know what? I could be really weird. You could have the secondaries down the bottom here. It's like a inverted ship. Now, is there a barbette that the 6-inch gun will fit on? No. Because they won't fit on those. I hate it. Yes, the improvement project works with beta. That is what I'm currently using. Screw it. 3. Has secondary guns on it. There you go. Do you know what's crazy? You can't even put secondary guns on here. This whole bit is just terrible. I do kind of like how if you... I mean, you can obviously put torps up here. They're just... they're very vulnerable up there. And I think the whole point of the ship is that, you know, your torpedoes are covered and armoured. Yes, I know. Do it yourself. Have them as an arrow triple. What, you mean like one here, one here, one here? Can you put side main guns there? Nope. You can put more torpedoes here. There's torpedo mounting points, and that's it. This is disgrace. Disgrace. This is hideous. This is actually awful. I don't even know how you could make a good ship. Good-looking ship, I mean, with this hull. I mean, I tried. And it's a weird, backwards nonsense. The only other thing I can think to do is remove these really stupid-looking extra secondary guns and go back to the 12s. Or, screw it, there you go. Andrea Doria style. There you go. At least it looks interesting. It's a thing. I hate that this exists. Hideous and odd. Yeah. I don't know any Chinese. I don't know what the appropriate word is for this. Um, yeah. All 2 words. Ah. Yeah. I'm not going to put the accents on it, but that works. The Lamal class. Yes, that would work. China gets some spectacularly stupid hulls. The command cruiser is terrible as well. Yeah, I should probably have it. This thing, the command battleship. Awful. I think I prefer this to command battleship. Command battleship is so bad. Anyway, if you see this in your game, I apologise. It's a fucking awful ship. Oh, God. Right. I don't know if we have time for another one. Can at least have another look. Because we're now going over to Japan. Oop. Whoop. Japan, 1930. Experimental Torpedo Cruiser 2. It's a Dorito. Next. 1935. The Modern Light Cruiser 3. It's a Brooklyn with Japanese towers. Neat. 1939. You get a Modern Heavy Cruiser 5. Did we already have this hull? Yeah, it's basically the 4, but it's got the weird little doohickeys from the 3. It's a resize 3, so that one isn't very interesting. And then we're into French, Russian, British hulls, which will be for the next time I do one of these streams, which will either be Monday or Tuesday, depending on how things work out in real life. So I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching. I apologise if I have offended your eyes with this hideous thing, because that is just god awful. Ugh, I'm taking a picture of it. It's that bad. Good grief. It makes me physically sick looking at this thing. It's so bad. And it could have been so much worse. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Those of you on YouTube, I'm going to just end the stream for you. So you're going to disappear. Thank you very much, all of you, for dropping by. Keep an eye out for the new campaign, which will be going up tomorrow. Channel members, you'll be able to watch it as soon as I finish uploading. And yeah, keep an eye out for the next stream to have a look at all the rest of the new hulls. But I'm going to say bye-bye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Bye, bye. End stream. Yep.